Hi, I'm Suzanne Ross of the Raven Foundation, and I want to talk to you about the outrage over the AIG bonuses by telling you a little story. My husband Keith has been in the financial markets his entire career. We've been married for over almost 30 years, and I can tell you that we have seen our own personal cycles of boom and busts more than once. So but what's interesting is that usually when Keith is booming, the rest of the world is busting and vice versa. For example, in the 70s, during the oil crisis and when interest rates were soaring, a lot of our friends were losing jobs. People were hoarding gold in their basements. I mean, it was a crazy time. But Keith was doing very well. It was very odd. And then in the 80s and 90s, during the stock market boom and the dot-com boom, when it seemed like all you had to do was pick up a dart and throw it at the Wall Street Journal and you could pick a winning stock, Keith's career was on a nosedive. We were living off credit card debt. We couldn't seem to get any traction. And we really felt like everyone else was at a grand old party and we weren't invited. Now, the people who were making a fortune in the stock market looked like, to us, any fool could be successful, that they were just lucky. But to them, they felt like they were stock market geniuses. And so we would think to ourselves, if they're geniuses, what are we? Are we just stupid? We tried not to think about it too much. The truth was we had made some pretty bad decisions along the way, we both being equally responsible. But we were pretty busy just trying to keep our heads above water. We were scared, and we didn't know if we were going to come out of it okay. But we found the comparison to everyone else making a big pile of money a bit galling. I mean, it's not that we begrudged our friends their success. We were kind of happy for them. It's just that we were being left out of all the fun. And the situation is different today because back then the majority was doing well, and now it's the majority that's not doing so well. And it's the minority who are being successful. And the rest of the nation is sitting around asking themselves, are we unlucky or are we stupid? And are those people that are doing well, are they lucky or are they greedy or are they unscrupulous or do they just not care about the rest of us? It's galling. And it's when you think about it, though, it's similar to me and Keith and our friends during the 80s and 90s. It's not the success of these people that really is galling us. It's just that we're not invited to the party. I mean, the truth is, aren't they in the place that we wish we were, that we were all working really hard to get to and happily enjoying not too long ago? The truth is, they're having success and financial security reminds us of how much we want it and how afraid we are that we will never have the chance to get it. So what happens is we express outrage instead of admitting to ourselves that what we really are feeling is envy. Outrage is what you do when you want to deny that you're feeling envy, and no one ever wants to admit that they're envious, really. Outrage says, I care about justice. I want to find the truth, and I want to punish the real culprits. But what's really behind that is something a little more tender and closer to home, is why do those guys get all that good stuff, and I don't get any? It's just not fair. And it's easy to tell when envy and outrage are in play. It's especially easy nowadays with these AIG bonuses because everyone's just using the word, I'm outraged, I'm outraged. And you know that envy is in play and not a search for justice, because the nation has been behaving like an angry lynch mob. We've been the accuser, the judge, the jury, and the executioner all rolled up into one. No one has really wanted to know or hear from AIG and the employees. When they've tried to make their case before Congress, Congress gets outraged. When employees try to make their case, they're sent death threats and told maybe they'd be better off with a public display of humiliation such as suicide. So it's what we're interested in is not proof but satisfaction, and our own outrage and anger is all the proof we need. The truth is we have a right to be afraid. The nation and the world economy are in dire straits, and we don't know how it's going to work out. Just the way Keith and I didn't know how our personal finances were going to work out. But I think what we need to do next time we feel the urge to join an outraged mob is to remember that we're all pretty much the same. We all want the same things. We're all a little bit stupid and a little bit lucky and a little bit brilliant and a little bit unlucky, sometimes all in the same day. And that greed or insensitivity or aggressively going after financial success like that is really just another name for our own desires when they belong to someone else, and we can't have our own desires met, and they can. So thinking about those things and thinking them through may not be as much fun as attending an outrage party, but it is the right thing to do. Thank you.